Hey guys, my name is Tim and I live and garden in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, growing zone 7B. But today I'm visiting my family in central Pennsylvania, growing zone 6. I thought I would take you along for a little tour here of my parents' garden. They obviously have a lot more space because they live in the country, so there are a lot more opportunities for different kinds of plants that I'm growing in my Philadelphia garden. So let's take a little stroll here around and see what my mom and dad are growing this year. We will start with the plants that were right behind me. So we have some hydrangeas here. There are some geese flying overhead. I'm already distracted. So these are some hydrangeas that start off white and then start to transition into this nice pink color right here. I think these are Strawberry Sundae. I think that's the name of those. Mom has some impatiens down here. Spin around to the front. She also has some beautiful begonias, some more impatiens here. And these are hibiscus that have lots of buds, but they haven't opened yet. We'll just transition over here along the fence. So this area over here is primarily shaded with some morning and evening sun. So we have nice New Guinean impatient here, some coleus. There's some creeping jenny down here at the bottom. For some reason it's not spilling out over the sides. This guy doesn't look like they are doing so well. I've already forgotten the name. This happens so frequently when I'm walking around. There's a lot of plants and I can't remember all the names. It is a lobelia. So this guy is a lobelia. Mom also has some elephant ears, so there's a real small one right here. And then in this pot we have a gigantic one. I'll just throw my hand in here just so you can get the scale. And there are many cone flowers floating throughout the garden. Let's just walk across the driveway here. And the first thing you're probably going to notice is this big white phlox right here. This plant is so beautiful and gigantic. Sorry I'm bouncing all over the place, but I did want to point out these zinnias. There are also some rudbeckia over here. There is a tiny, I don't know if it's in focus or not, but there's the smallest bee right there in amongst the zinnias and rudbeckias. I'm just going to do a little scan, and then along the sidewalk here she has all these different colors of vinca, and tying in from what we saw in the center of the yard, we have some more begonias. There is another hydrangea back there. We just planted some more coneflowers or echinacea, so they will be blooming next year hopefully. Here is a ostomeria. This is one of Mom's favorite flowers. The bugs are flying everywhere. There's a spirea. She has a couple of those as well. And I'm just going to kind of do a little scan here. Don't think we're going to go over every plant that Mom has in here. So here are more of these echinacea or coneflowers, and she wants the same thing to happen over here. So that's why we planted some more this year. Let's see if I can step back in here and get a look at that brown-eyed Susan vine. It's a really nice shade of purple. There's some caladium right here and some creeping Jenny in the background. Have some portulacas down here. And this planter right here, I think, is a favorite for everybody. We have a lantana, calibrachoa. There's some alyssum right here. Some more New Guinean impatient. It's a different color of calibrachoa. Look how pretty this is. I think I tend to overwater those, so I don't usually grow them. Out front here, she has these snapdragons. There's some in the edge of the grass. There's some over here. These come back every year and kind of reseed themselves everywhere, which, when you have such a big garden area like my mom and dad do, anything that wants to come back is always a good thing. There's a bacopa here, some Russian sage. This area that I'm standing in right now, this is all direct sun or full sun. So we have some straw flowers. I always love touching these. I'm sure you can hopefully hear that sound. They have a nice dried texture when you touch them. So there's a couple different colors there. There's a Mexican petunia. Again, I'm not going to go over every little thing here. We're just going to do a little scan. Point out a couple things as we go along. There's a baby's breath right here. And some black elephant ears. This is a lemon lace elderberry, which Mom planted last year. It's looking a little greener than maybe she would like it to, but it's still looking pretty nice. She has several butterfly bushes, and I think this one right here is such a really beautiful color. Standing in front of a sunflower right here, which hasn't done anything yet. Some rudbeckia. More of these vincas that are along the sidewalk. She has an aster. Tons of calla lilies, which grow on the back side here up against the house. I think there's one blooming right here. If you're not familiar with what a calla lily looks like, they're typically white, but as the bloom matures, it kind of turns green, like that one right there. It's a purple heart. And she does have a couple, come down here for a different angle, mangaves. Don't remember the exact name of these, but these 2 or 3 are the same. And then there's this guy right here. We have a pussy willow, and then bordering the pussy willow, circling it, we have these really nice Stelladora daylilies, and they bloomed exceptionally well this year. She trimmed back all of the stems, and now she's getting a second blooming off of those, which is always exciting. Coming around, these things are mostly shaded. There's not a whole lot happening right now. There's just some sedums that haven't bloomed yet. Some hostas. It's a nice little cluster of chicks and hens down here. Let's just walk up here real quick. There's some more chicks and hens right here in this strawberry jar. And we have a hukra, and then a massive, this thing is huge. It's probably 5 or 5.5 feet tall, probably 7 feet wide. It's massive. We did do a hard cut or trim on that last year, so it didn't bloom, but next year it's going to be amazing. So this is one of the main gardens right here. This is what we call the perennial bed, and we'll just start off here by doing a scan. These brown-eyed Susans are looking exceptional. Kind of walking my way down here because I wanted to see if I can get this butterfly that is enjoying this butterfly bush. There's a couple. There's actually one back here as well. We did a really hard cut on this butterfly bush. Actually, let me come in here and show you. You can see right here, we cut this down to about 1 foot from the ground last year, and now it is at least 7 or 8 feet tall. Some more of these garden phlox. The bees love the garden phlox. There's the bumblebee right here. And so do the butterflies. So do the deer. Thankfully, the deer did not find them this year and eat them. Some short zinnias. Here we have some daisies. Let's just spin around this way. Some more daisies up here. There's some yellow yarrow. So we're in all different stages right now of blooming. Some things have finished. We are currently in August, so you know, not everything is blooming. Some things have already bloomed, and the late bloomers are blooming right now. This is a false sunflower. These alliums are very popular right now with the bumblebees. You can see one here, and these guys back here. There's tons of little bugs all over this. While I'm down here, let me just do a little quick look. We are currently looking at a butterfly weed, and what I'm looking for are monarch butterfly worms, but I don't see any. These are the pods, and then this is what the flower looks like. It is already finished blooming for the season, but when we were down here yesterday, maybe, there were 2 monarch caterpillars on there, so I was hoping they would be there, but it looks like they are not home. This is a gay feather, and she has some magic lilies or resurrection lilies. Lots of ogon grass, which is this grass right down here. It also circles this fountain. It's a really beautiful grass that is pretty hardy. Definitely comes back every year without any issues. Coreopsis, I believe. Move on up here, we have another planter with some more coleus begonia. This is something I'm not remembering what that is. We did just go to the greenhouse and buy a few more perennials. So this guy right here was one of the new ones. It's a type of lobelia. I think it's possibly starship. And before we move on, I do want to come in here and take a look at this echinacea. The color is so pretty. It's very intense. She has a couple zinnias tucked in here as well. These look so good. These false sunflowers next to the dark foliage, but also next to the foliage of the spider lily right over here. Currently not in bloom. There's some kind of butterfly or moth down here. Little tiny guy. She does have lots of lavender kind of sprinkled throughout. And a couple balloon flower blooms still hanging on there. Let's just walk around. She has a massive, absolutely massive wisteria. It's probably hard to get the scale, but just know that thing is huge. So is this crooked willow tree right here. This is also quite big. So these are the magic lilies down here. I love these. We always call them magic lilies. I think they're also called resurrection lilies. There's a couple different names. There's a little mushroom down here. And we're gonna walk right down here and take a look at the zinnia section. So we will meet back up in just a second. All right, we've made our way down here to where they always plant some zinnias. And these look amazing as always. They do this every year. And as you can see, there are thousands. There's another butterfly. They go all the way up through here. There's also a couple patches right over here. This patch looks exceptionally good. There's another one right over here. And then the garden where the vegetables are grown is right there in the background. We'll take a little walk over there. It's a really pretty yellow one. There's a bug sticking out the backside of that. The bugs are a little bad out here. There are tons. There's some kind of weed. We'll just pull that out. Come in for a little close look. There are tons of bees and butterflies out here enjoying the flowers. All right, let's go take a look at the garden. All right, here we are at the garden where the vegetables are grown. So this area right here, those are all potatoes. And then you can see there's some corn in the background. We did have some corn last night for dinner, which was really good. I am in the golf cart, so you may hear an engine running. That's what's going on there. So we'll just do a little drive-by of the potatoes. There are a couple pepper plants down here. There's rows of carrots and onions back there. I know you can't really see what's going on too much. But the corn is looking really good this year. Some peppers. Dad also installed this electric fence to keep the deer out. But unfortunately, let Let me get out of here without getting too close to the fence. These are sweet potatoes, and unfortunately something made its way in there and ate the leaves. Right over here there are tons of squash. So hopefully you can see in there. I think there's one close to the edge. Oh, it's right here. There is a butternut squash in there. There's actually quite a few. We are going to be eating a lot of butternut squash and also spaghetti squash. You can see they're right in there. The bugs are definitely out. And we think this is a pumpkin right here. This is like a mystery plant that was kind of gifted through the soil. So we don't know what that one is. These right here are pumpkins for sure, because those were purchased. But this is the garden, and it has been a very good year down here. Do a little slow drive-by of the zinnias. Like I said, the butterflies are out. So let's head back up. Alright guys, we're back out front, and I think that's everything for today. It was just a very brief tour, just so you can kind of get a look at what's growing here at my parents' house. I think the plants look great this year. They always do a great job, and this year is no exception. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next garden video. Have a great day.